Do you also always carry pieces of baking paper with you when you're out and about? I'll show you in this video why you absolutely should have them. But first, we need to prepare everything a bit. For this, you'll need a rack like this, which you should use as a base. Now grab a regular piece of baking paper. Place it on the rack. Now you also need some hand soap. It should be liquid hand soap. Now put a few drops of it directly onto the baking paper, grab a pastry brush and start spreading it around. Keep spreading it until there's a thin layer covering the entire top side of the baking paper. Now you should flip the whole thing over once. That's exactly why you need the rack as a base, so the baking paper doesn't just stick to the table. Now put a few drops of hand soap on the second side as well and spread it evenly there too. Once you've done that, you should let it dry for a bit. This will take a few hours, but afterwards you'll notice that the liquid soap has dried in really nicely here. Now comes the next step. For this, you should first cut the whole thing into strips about 2 to 3 centimeters wide. Once you've done that, stack them all on top of each other and cut them again into sections about 5 centimeters long. Now, you have lots of these small individual pieces of baking paper thoroughly smeared with soap on both sides. However, they are dried. That means you can now handle them normally. Ideally, grab a small bag that you can seal and put them in there. They actually last a really long time, and now you have a whole lot of these pieces. You can put these in your pocket, or for example in a handbag or a jacket pocket. You can also just leave a few of them in your car. The main thing is that you always have some with you when you're out and about. Because when you truly need one, you can simply take one out, place it carefully in your hand, grab a small amount of water, pour it gently over the top, and then start rubbing this piece of baking paper between your hands. This will cause the soap to fully dissolve again. Now you can wash your hands, dispose of the piece of baking paper, and then rinse your hands again with a little water. The advantage of this is that you always have some soap available outside, which can be very helpful, for example, if you have to stop at a rest area and there is no soap available. Another advantage is that you really need very little water to wash your hands this way. By the way, there are 7 more incredible tricks with baking paper that everyone should know about. You'll find out what they are in the video that you now see on the screen. Click on it directly and check it out.